do that. And then, so we're working on, welcome to our first July meeting for the 2024 seminar year. Hi, Mary. And, whew, what a whirlwind it's been. And I'll tell you what, we worked really, really hard as of last Friday to make sure everything got done. And so then I took some time off, just so you know. I just like, whew, we need to do that, don't we? When you work hard for a goal, it takes, but I'll tell you what, I am back, and I've been spending a lot of time looking at, so where did we come? Like, I just like to reassess. Where did we come from? What worked? What didn't? And where are we going? And how do we want to get there? So that's kind of what tonight is all about. Hey, Ruth, it's good to see you. Great background, Ruth. I love it. I love it. Love it. This is super. So let me just ask you right now, what great things happened in your Mary Kay business? Well, let's say in the last 2 weeks, because, okay, the last week, which is the first week of July, and the week before, which was the end of June. So Maggie, why don't you start off? Why don't you tell us what great things happened in your Mary Kay business for those couple of weeks? What can you brag about?
So it was after I got back from Europe and I got back sick, really stupid sick, like stupid sick for 3 weeks sick. And even though I didn't feel like doing absolutely anything, and probably no one wanted to be around me because I coughed so much, I still was able to do $300 to $500 worth of sales without even trying. So that was an incredible blessing. And now it's July and I'm pretending it's June again because I did make Queen's Quarter sales, but that means I have an awful lot of masks that I really need to find loving homes for.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you, Maggie, for that positive message. Give her a hand. Give her a hand, because we all love applause, don't we? Absolutely. And how about Suzanne? We'd love to hear from you.
Well, it was funny because on June 30th in my Facebook memories, a post came up where I was the only person with my sales director that went to go pick up her pink Cadillac. So I have a picture of me standing next to the Cadillac draped in pink satin. And I had put it out there, it's probably 7-8 years ago, that, this year, this is my goal. Like, Mary Kay seminar starts tomorrow, the new one, July 1st, and this is my goal. And so I shared that again. And I said, I'm prepared to ramp up my business. Now I have the time to do it since I'm retired. So her mother, the sales director's mother, who was a national sales director, the only one in Connecticut, her mom replied, let's have lunch. Let's do lunch. I'm back in town. And I'm like, great, sure. So I want to follow up with her and have lunch with her. So for me to put it out there publicly, I have to own it. You can say it inside, this is what I want to do, because I've been there, done that. And, it was never my plan to actually be a sales director. I just wanted to have my own small little business and my customers and service them and so forth. But, seminars got me excited. I'm excited for Maggie. And Maggie, you weren't on when I was telling Nancy that I have a red jacket sitting in my closet and I would love to wear it to seminar. And I have 3 people on my list that I'm going to contact that are 2 former team members and 1 a former consultant. And I want to say, you want to come back in? So I'm really excited. The other thing was today I spent hours going through my customer list on In Touch and updating it. Some people, obviously had passed away, so I had to delete them. Some had moved. I needed to put in their new addresses, which I had, but not in Mary Kay. Some had mobile phone numbers, but I hadn't checked off the box to send them text messages. So I did all that and updated over 100 plus contacts.
Wow.
And then the last thing that really got me excited today was in our town, the senior center had a grand opening. So my husband and I went, and it was mobbed. And, it got the little packet, the information, what they're running and everything. And so when I got home, I saw the directors email address. So I emailed her and said, I'm looking to volunteer because the pamphlet said we're looking for volunteers. I said, and I explained how I got into my town, that I moved, I got married, I'm a newlywed, so to speak. And I would love to pamper women with small groups of like skincare and makeup application and just some pampering sessions, free of charge, that type of thing. Because I've done it in the past for like an adult daycare, and the ladies just love it. So I'm looking for exposure, getting in, and then probably getting referrals or references and that kind of thing. So
Suzanne, you are getting out there and getting it started. So
I am.
congratulations.
And I'm like, once I start, it's like I'm on a roll. I started making phone calls also, which I don't like to
Good.
use the phone to call people. But I started, it's like, okay, I did this. I'm on a roll. Let's continue it. So I hope to be in red for seminar.
All right, all right. Give that girl some encouragement. Absolutely. I think that's a wonderful idea. And finding ways, listen carefully. Oh, there's the picture. That's cute. Listen carefully, Mary Love, to what Suzanne is doing. You guys might want to talk about getting out there and getting out in the community one way or another. I had to tell you this fun little side story, because I used to do, I did craft fairs, tables, anywhere I could find. And there was a senior center, a senior place, I think it was assisted living, that I went to one time. And I used to hand out just tons and tons and tons of pink pens, okay, with my name and phone number on them. And all the seniors would come through and collect all the pens because they like to do that. And about 3 weeks later, me being the occupational therapist doing home care, I walked into someone's home and said, I forgot my pen. I need to fill out an evaluation. And she handed me my pen, not knowing that I was the Mary Kay person. I thought that was pretty funny. So at least if my name was out there, she never bought anything, but I just thought it was such a chuckle that my name was getting out there. And that's what I really wanted to do, was get my name out there and get a lot of cheap pens. But anyway, so thank you, Suzanne. Brianna, we'd love to hear from you. Talk to us.
Hi guys. So I'm still really new, right? But let's see, in the last 2 weeks, the one thing I was excited about was just I started like being more active on social media and like posting that like I started my Mary Kay journey, and like seeing people respond to it kind of got me a little excited, being like, oh, people that I know, I didn't even have to reach out to them, they were reaching out to me. And that made me excited, because I don't like to have to probe if I don't have to, right? It makes it easier. But then my mother-in-law put in my first, I guess, bigger sale, and that made me excited, because I was like, yay.
She did
And
it. She
so
did a CVS order. That's cool. Yeah.
yeah. So kind of seeing how that process works, and seeing that like I don't necessarily have to have like product in stock and being able to like ship it. That was really cool. So yeah, I was just, those are my like exciting milestones this week.
Well, congratulations. And we just about an hour ago set up your launch party, at least your tentative launch party. So we're going to get that going in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that for you too, and get to meet more of your friends and customers. That'll be cool. Cool. So Mary Love, what great things have happened to you in the last 2 weeks with your Mary Kay?
Well, I've just had customers that'll call that I've already established with that need things. That's been great. Reconnecting with them, being out of town and kind of removed from everywhere. Anyhow, yeah, and I got an order, so I've got to get that undone and unpacked, and it's just been great to get back home and kind of tickle my mind about where can I start maybe refreshing and getting new customers, because I really do like people. And I think
yes, you like you.
People, they
like you
will
too.
like you, and no matter what you put on your face. But anyway, we all have to wash our face. And Mary Kay allows us to have the best products. So that's what I'm contemplating at this
All
point.
right, well, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that tonight, about building and where do you want to go and the different options. So I've got some of that. So thank you. Give Mary a hand. And thank you for being here, Mary.
Oh, thank you.
Such
Thank
a
you.
joy. So Ruth Mabel, talk to us
Ruth?
about your last 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Nothing as spectacular as everybody else, but I've been keeping up even with my Chalazion. I don't know if you know what that is. It's kind of like a style that went wrong. So I'm finally going to be putting on regular color makeup tomorrow. It's after like 8 weeks, and I've been without color because I didn't want to chance it, and I've cleaned my brushes finally. But I said to a few people who had noticed that I wasn't wearing color what was going on, and I had to explain to them, but I'm keeping up with my skincare, and everybody can do that. Hasn't caught on yet, but I did get a call from one of my male customers, and he's ready to order some more things just a few minutes before I logged on. So I've been working on emphasizing about skincare all these past couple of days or weeks. I mean,
Perfect. And that is really what works. And so, yeah, we're going to
Mhm.
talk about that a little bit too. So, all right, give Ruth a hand. Ruth, you are so regular. You're so loyal. I just really appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
And here is, look at this face of this girl, Stacy, with her ear things on. Stacy, talk to us. What's been going on for you, girl? Where are you in a sound studio?
I am. I'm in my sound studio. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Am I hearing you okay? Okay,
Except
good.
we can't see your face with the microphone in front of you.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You don't want to see my face right now. I'm a week and a half away from yet another surgery that I had. So and the pain's hitting me pretty hard tonight.
Oh.
But I am here because I am so super excited because this is like Mary or Nancy knows that this last year has just been one long dark tunnel of just one thing after another, you know, that I didn't expect, and lots of surgeries and medical problems, but it's all over now. This was my last surgery and I'm almost totally healed, and I have a lot of great ideas for basically relaunching my business. I'm using some opportunities that I have. I have a sound studio now because I've started a voiceover acting career. And which I can do right from home. Right here, I turned my closet into a sound studio. And being a singer in a rock band, you know, I'm up in front of people on a stage, you know, 2-3 times a week. And it hit me. I'm like, wow, there's my Mary Kay customers right there, because they all want to talk to me. When I get off that stage, they treat me like I'm some famous rock star when I'm not. You know, believe me, I don't let it go to my head. I am not. I think they're silly for the way that they worship me. It's just ridiculous. But I thought, hey, I may as well use it to my advantage and be like, talk to them about Mary Kay. You know, they want to be close to me just because I'm a singer in a band. Well, hey, guess what? You could be close to me because, you know, I have great skincare, you know, solutions and color solutions, and, you know, we can have parties and we can get all your friends together and we can, you know, be friends too. So I'm going for it, man. And I've got one of the places that I perform, they rent tent space to artists, local artists. And I also have photography and paintings to sell. And I'm going to hopefully be able to start renting a tent once a month out there, and make some Mary Kay contacts, do some samples, maybe give away some baskets, do some drawings, you know, just get the word out there that I am a Mary Kay business owner as well. I'm not just an artist and a singer. So I'm hoping it's just going to launch everything. I'm hoping the voiceover acting and the Mary Kay are both just going to feed into each other, and And
There is an energy of people where there's a renewed energy with Mary Kay going on. I really, really think it. So I mean, Stacy, I'm so glad you reached out and we talked this morning about getting things up and going and what is it going to take. So give Stacy a hand. Absolutely. I'm so glad to have you back. And I mean, I still think, Stacy, you do have the prize. The day you were scheduled finally for that big deal surgery, and then they had a hurricane, and once again it was canceled. It's like you're the only one I know that had their surgery canceled for a hurricane.
yeah, it
anyway.
was insane. I
It's
know,
like,
I know.
That's like, really? Okay, so anyway, Beth Owen, we'd like to hear from you. What's been going on in your last couple of weeks?
Well, basically, I finished up with my chemo packs. Can you all hear me?
We can hear
Yes.
you. It's so not fun to not see you, but anyway.
I can't figure out how to get my face back on here. Anyway, I finished up with my chemo packs. I got in like about 34 of them, so I'm going to match it. And plus my customers have just been contacting me. I need this. I need this. I need this.
Absolutely. Well, yes, you are the reorder queen for sure. And plus you're developing these cancer care packages and selling them. So that's another brilliant thing to do. So congratulations, Beth. Give her a hand, even though
Thank you.
we can't see her. That's all right. That's all
It
right.
says to sign in. I don't remember my password.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Well, it is such a joy to see so many of you tonight, and I really enjoy preparing something fun for you. So hopefully what I wanted to talk about tonight, I've got a lot of recognition for you, but what I wanted to talk about just a little bit tonight is like, okay, so there was an amazing response last month with finishing up for the 2023 seminar year and getting everything all ready. And for some of us, we got some extra skincare sets, and it's like, okay, so and relaunching business. So what is the most important? I mean, from my perspective, Mary Kay always said, by example, by example, by example. That's how we were supposed to train our consultants. So this is something, I mean, I've always done. I built my business doing skincare classes. I truly believe in our skincare programs. And so my question is, are you using as many of the Mary Kay skincare products as you can? Because do you know about all the different products? I was asking Stacy earlier this morning, I said, do you use the vitamin C plus E? Okay. Now, Stacy, tell them what you said about the product that you got excited about.
So I use everything that I need, like facial and body and makeup. It's all Mary Kay. All my stuff is Mary Kay, except shampoo, and nail polish. That's like really the only thing that is not Mary Kay. Everything else is Mary Kay. But obviously I don't use every single Mary Kay product. I don't need all of them. The one that you and I were talking about today, I'm not familiar with it. This last year I haven't been real, up on things. And if that's a fairly new thing that came out within the last year, then no, I don't know anything about that one yet. And I can't use a whole lot of stuff on my face. I have really thin skin anyway. So, I tend to if I put too much on my face, it's heavy. It just sits on my face and it doesn't work. So, I use what I need and it's all great. I use the TimeWise Miracle Set for the combination skin. And then I started, using and actually got disciplined and did it correctly this time and stayed consistent with it, because consistency is my biggest weakness. It's terrible. But, I started using the Clinical Solutions. And I used it right. I got past, the 6-week mark, and they got my skin all, retinized and everything. And I noticed just after a couple of weeks of using the just the regular Miracle Set, I noticed my skin was really soft. I'm like, ooh, it just feels like velvet. Like I was like, I found myself petting myself, and you're not supposed to touch your face. I know, but I just couldn't help it. It just felt so good. So, and then when I started using the Clinical Solutions, I noticed after a couple of weeks that something that I didn't even know before Clinical Solutions corrected it. Like I didn't even know it was a problem until I saw that it was gone. But my skin was like, color wise was kind of, patchy. It was real subtle, but it wasn't like, I had a nice even skin color everywhere. It was like I was a little darker, a little, shade darker here and then lighter here. And that's from being a sun worshiper. I do have some sunspots. So I noticed one day that my skin just looked brighter and I didn't have that uneven coloring look. Like it all looked like it was the same color, and the darker sunspots or freckles were a little bit lighter. So the Clinical Solutions is lightening my really dark sunspots, and then it's just evening out all the rest of my skin and making it look brighter and even, and it's so soft. It feels so good. But you have to use it is the key. You have to use it. If you don't use it, you won't see these results.
Well done, Stacy. And that is, of course, exactly my point here. How many of the products are you using? And I just even though I know this is kind of an older catalog, but the 4 boosters, I'm beginning to sell a lot of these boosters. And I know some of them don't coordinate well when you're doing the retinol, the 0.5 retinol. So you want to do one or the other. I'm in love with these boosters, every single one of them. And so my question is, are you using them? I've got all 4 of them. I've got them all on my shelf, and I don't use them every day. I use the resurfacer usually like once a week. Okay.
What are the boosters? Refresh me.
Okay, so who can tell me, who can talk about what the boosters are? Maggie, why don't you talk about that? Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
There are 4 of them. And my favorite of all time is the HA plus resveratrol. So there's 4, but just back to what the boosters are, they're really like 3 or 4 ingredients in one little bottle in a dropper. So instead of being like a full serum that has multiple ingredients with multiple different benefits, they're really focused little vials to help augment your skincare routine. So you already started it right where you're doing the full skincare. You know what benefits you're getting from it. Then you added the retinol. You know what benefits you're getting from that. If there's anything else that's still going on that you have some concerns with, that's when you add in a booster. So my best-selling booster is the hyaluronic acid and resveratrol. The hyaluronic acid, as you know, and the resveratrol, and I'm sorry, ceramide and hyaluronic acid. I'm losing my mind. Sorry, guys. I just started using the vitamin C one again. Getting a little messed up. Hyaluronic acid and ceramide. So ceramide is the actual molecule our skin naturally creates in order to keep our skin moist. The problem is, as we age, our skin makes less of it, and voila, aging and raisin, response. So it's some ceramides, what's natural to the skin, and then the hyaluronic acid, which although it's super hydrating, it also is really fantastic for wrinkles. So instead of like a wrinkle filler that has that hyaluronic that's just targeted, this stuff you get to put everywhere. It's very exciting. I don't know if you guys feel that way. It's very exciting. And it goes with everything. That is the one booster that can be combined with the other boosters and combined with retinol and combined with any other part of our skincare routine. So that's the hyaluronic acid and ceramide. So it's called HA and ceramide. The next one that they came out with, because the first 2 that came out,
I call that the hydrator. I always forget the big words. I call it the hydrator.
I call it the miracle. I love that one. I'm very excited.
Are these boosters only for if you're using the Clinical Solutions, or?
No, they can be mixed and matched in any way.
Okay.
But there is one of the newer ones is actually really good for people that can't tolerate the Clinical Solutions retinol, because they're still marketed as Clinical Solutions boosters. But the resurfacer, and I forget what's in the resurfacer, AHA and PHA. Can't remember those chemical names, but the resurfacer actually is very similar in that it does help to resurface the skin like the retinol does, but it does it with a different chemical. And in that way, for people that can't tolerate retinol, could tolerate this. Just the idea is that you only use it at night and you don't use it if you're using our retinol set. And it's the same kind of thing with retinol once or twice, 2 to 3 times a week, something like that. But there's an option for those people that say, oh, I can't use retinol. You're like, oh, wait, I have something better or even better, because you got to, market. So those are those 2. Now, the other one that I really love for my repair users is the C plus resveratrol. So as you know, in our miracle set is resveratrol instead of retinol. The resveratrol works very similar, although not a vitamin A derivative. What it does do is it helps with fine lines and wrinkles as well. And I believe there's a brightening component to it, which is why it's part of our 3D complex, right? So in our Time-Wise Repair set, there isn't the resveratrol. This is a great way to add it in, but it also has the vitamin C. So the vitamin C has the brightening effect. So it's like adding everything that's good about our 3D set into our repair set. So that's what's really neat about that.
That the line reducer?
Say that again, honey.
Is that the line reducer?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the
the
line
line
reducer.
reducer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the last one is the ferulic acid and something.
And not my niaminoside.
Niaminoside. Okay. Well, niaminoside is vitamin B3. So that's easy enough to remember. Maybe. But anyway, so that one is
Sure.
If you're medical.
Yeah. This is why Maggie's teaching this right now.
Yes, thank you, Maggie.
well, I can say it, I can't spell it. There's a difference. There's two types of us, right? So anyway, for what you were saying, Stacy, about those spots that the retinol is really working on, that's fantastic. I can't tolerate retinol that well for years of use when I was a teenager, acne, right? But the ferulic acid and niacinamide actually is specifically for that. So instead of our tone correcting serum that we used to have, this replaces it. So on those actual sunspots, those are exactly where I put it. Now you can put it wherever you have uneven skin tone, but for my girls that have, the acne marks that need some, lightening of those, this is a product that can really work well for that. So that's just kind of an overview of all of them. But if you got that catalog with all 4 of them listed out, there's actually a list of all the benefits of them side by side, because it can be very confusing to have 4 new products and be like, whoa, hold on, a lot of terms. But if you ever have questions, throw them on the Facebook page, because like, if anything, I really have fun with product information. So,
And I just do want you guys to know that part of my point here of all of this is when you use the products, you get excited about them. You're more willing to share them. You're willing to tell other people about them. And you want to learn at least something about them. I do not know all the information that Maggie has. She's brilliant. She loves to talk about all those big words. Okay. And she understands what they mean. So, and then there's Mary showing those products. And one of the things that Mary and I talked about early on is the line reducer. Once it's exposed to the air, it changes color, and you might think that it's not good, but it's really fine. It just changes color. Okay. It turns kind of brown, but it still works. So there are all these experiences that we have with the different products. I personally love the brightener. I call it the brightener with the pink letters.
We'll be right back.
Which one's a brightener? Which one's a brightener, honey?
The ferulic acid and my niaminoside brightener. Okay.
Was that just added on this year?
Well, they're all new this year, but the I think
Two
those
were introduced last
those
year
were the
and 2
first two
came
with
in
the
this year.
hydrator and the niaminoside. Weren't those the first two?
Well, the C resveratrol line reducer and our hydrator were the first 2.
Oh, they were the first two. Okay, then the other two came a few months ago. Yeah. So we've got 4 now.
I like that line reducer. Helps
There
with
you go.
your
And
mouth.
I'll tell you what, I absolutely, what have you got there, Stacy? What is that?
Oh, even
is that?
complexion.
I can't read. what
oh,
it is.
honey,
What is it,
Oh.
sweetie?
That
This
was
is
dark spot
so
remover.
old.
I was gonna say we haven't sold that in at least 10 years, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus,
it's-
why didn't even recognize it?
It is a spot reducer, a dark
Oh, that's
spot
right.
reducer.
We
It's got
did-
this
we-
little metal
does
roller
work.
ball.
Thank you.
Oh,
And yeah, you dab
Aw.
it on your little spots. But like I said, consistency, not my strong suit. Had this for
That's right.
14 years. It's still full. Every now and then I remember it and I use it, but
now Stacy, there is a date on there for a reason. Meaning, meaning, baby, you're putting on something that doesn't have any strength in it because it's so old.
Well, possibly.
But
possibly.
you
I'm
know,
sentimental about it now. It's the
There you
oldest
go.
Mary
You
Kay
keep that little
product I
thing.
have.
But and I'll tell you what, because I'm excited about these, and I kind of like I put them in my cabinet and then I chose, which ones do I want to use today? And so I mean, I kind of get excited about, okay, this morning I'm going to use, unless it's the resurfacer, then I leave that on about once a week, all night. I totally love the product, but we're excited about the products, and that's really the point, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mary.
I have a question for Maggie. It is order of application for our,
Exactly my next point. I
oh,
was
goody.
just going, thank you for leading right into that. Because
Because I do have a lot of customers, of course, even Mary Love here, as the consultant thinking, I learned this a long time ago. Whatever you want, the first thing you put on your skin is the first thing that you really are interested in getting better or, augmenting. So if it's a line reducer, or if it's our lifting serum before the moisturizer, or how do you, Maggie, or anybody,
Let me
Nancy?
show you what I have got pulled up right here. Whoops, I had it right here. Nope, not that either. Okay, I was messing around. I thought I had it in place. Under products, under Product Central on Mary Kay in Touch, it says order of application right there. And I have copied these, there are 2 pages, and I've copied them and then made a JPEG out of them, and they are on our Facebook group. But you can copy, I think you can copy this, right? You can download it from here. And
Mhm.
it tells you basically the different products and when to be using them.
Wonderful. Thank you.
It's amazing. I keep discovering more stuff. Brianna and I were discovering more stuff that's on Mary Kay in Touch. There's so much information there, which is one reason I put the email out today that I did, because to me, it just made some sense. I hope you will really take that email that I sent and it kind of goes through a lot of information. But so when you start with the different products and do them in order, it really helps. Now, there is a certain order to those 4 boosters, as I recall. Maggie, do you remember? I am, well, other than the resurfacer, which that one's used by itself only at night.
So you're gonna want to use your niacinamide and fluoric acid, or the vitamin C with the resveratrol, either one of those first, if you're going to use one of them. And then next, if you're going to, for the boosters, then you would use the hyaluronic acid with the ceramide,
Which
no
is
matter what
the hydrator. Yeah.
hydrator. Right.
Okay, and you need to let that soak in. And so there's a decision,
30 seconds.
Stacy, you're talking about discipline, but there's a decision then about the steps you're going to take. And because you really want to let it soak in and like dry for 30 seconds or a minute before you put on the next booster. Okay. And of course, I'm following up then with the lifting serum. So that's another 30 minutes that I'm waiting, or not 30 minutes, 30 seconds or so that I'm waiting. So, so the routine, my morning routine changed because, I'll go make my bed, or I'll go do this, or I'll go do that while I'm doing all the different steps.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do too.
But then
I have a question
works.
about the clinical solutions. If you're doing the clinical solutions like 2 or 3 times a week, is there any like window where you have to stay out of the sun? Like I lay out in the sun. So should I, not use the clinical solutions
You should
like
not lay out in
24
the
hours
sun.
before I lay out or after or something? You know what I mean? Or does it matter? Because I still
Yes.
put sunblock on my face every time I go out. It doesn't matter. When I lay out, I put sunblock on and lay out.
Well, that is important. And if you're using a retinol product, we're advised not to expose to the sun. So if you want to tan the rest of your body or whatever, but cover your face, because that is not good for your skin. Growing up in Texas, and oh my God, we laid out in the sun, we put iodine and baby oil on ourselves and all that jazz, but we didn't
Yeah, I
have
don't do that
retinol.
anymore.
We
I
did
actually use
that.
at least a 50 sunblock, if not more.
Yeah.
And I just lay out for 15 minutes on each side. So it
Oh.
takes me a long time to get a tan. I do it real slowly.
Well,
But I don't
that's-
get burned
that's-
anymore, and I use sunblock, but I just didn't know if, like,
The
I'm
retinol
gonna
is
lay out
is
tomorrow. Should I not use my retinol program tonight then,
if you're using a retinol program, you should not be exposing your skin to sun, period. I don't mean like tomorrow. I mean, just stop exposing yourself to the sun.
Well, I
With
can't have a
retinol.
white face and a tan body. That will just look weird.
Well, that's where we get into color cosmetics, and that's another subject for another.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I hear ya.
Yeah,
But
you
I
don't
mean-
want to damage. That's very damaging.
But
Stacy,
you've got a point, and they say what?
medically.
Only 20% of aging is from genetics. The rest of it is all from the environment and the sun exposure, et cetera.
Yeah.
And so we want to really pay attention to that. And I'm like, you're
Protect.
younger than I am. And
Yeah, I'm a Florida girl now, man. I moved here
I
to be
know
in the
you're a
sun.
Florida
I
girl.
worship the sun.
So I
must
know
have
it's all
tan
about the
lines.
sun.
Well,
But
big
anyway.
hats and good makeup make a difference because
Yeah.
your skin is pretty, but
Right,
you
no.
really will look like a complete roadmap by the time you're whatever age.
Well,
If you do expose that skin to sun and you're using retinol, that's one of the things on the bottle it says not to do.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, anyway, I just want
All
to
right.
So anyway,
caution you.
no, I thank you for sharing this information. I love this interaction and talking about the different products, and this is to me a really important part of our meeting and sharing of information, because we have some very experienced consultants here, some very knowledgeable, and then some of us that work differently, because I work on charm. Maggie works on details. So
Mary works on generalization.
we've all got our strengths.
Maggie,
Can
I
add
really
one
do.
thing,
Maggie
about
is
the
just so
boosters?
smart.
I
Go ahead.
know, she is so smart. I'm so glad she's in my life. And I
She
actually,
explains things in a way that I can understand them.
yeah, right. Exactly. So we're very, very thankful. Well, I'll tell you what, I do have some information. I do have a slide presentation. So I want to go through some of that for you guys tonight, because Colleen, my incredible virtual assistant in Illinois, is just really, really working. And which side note, we're really working on a seminar packet. So for those three of you, Beth and Maggie and Suzanne, that will be with me in seminar, I am bringing totes for you. So you don't have to bring a tote. I just want you to know I've got something special I'm going to have just for you guys when we go party at seminar. So, we're working on that. But anyway, so here is my slide presentation for today, talking about what's going on. So we just did this. And I wanted to just do some recognition for finishing up, because some of it actually happened after our meeting last week. Everything was like kind of down to the wire. So, but we had great recognition for Brianna, who's right here. Thank you for being she's now in her second month. Great start out of 4. And her mom, Melissa, also is in her second month out of 4 great start months. And Teresa Salinas, who I want to tell you is Teresa has been a consultant with me. When I met her, her daughter was a year old, and she just moved from Illinois to Texas, and her daughter is now in her 30s. So
Wow.
Teresa came back. She's kind of come back and forth several times with me, but Teresa in her 4th month finished up her total 600. And so, but she's still a great start achiever. And that's kind of an education for those of you that are building your team, because not everybody starts, with the 600. It's an ideal way to do it. You get the most free product, but not everyone goes that direction. So Teresa, actually, this is her 3rd order. She helped us to finish up our big goals for the end of the year. So I want to just applaud Teresa Salinas, and I love seeing her in San Antonio. I have to go visit. I've got to get over there. But talk about an achiever, Beth Owen, 92 items sold. I want to give her a big shout out, applause Go for it, girl. 92 items she sold because she reports them on our Facebook page. And she always says, I sold 2 items, I sold 4 items, I sold, and Beth, and bless my Colleen virtual assistant because she keeps track of all that. So Beth Owen sold 92 items in the month of June. So give her an extra applause. I mean, that really, good job, Beth. I mean, talk about overachiever, really. So, and I think a lot of it, Beth, had to do with those care packages, the cancer care packages,
Oh,
right?
it definitely did.
Okay.
That
So-
plus the reorders, yes.
Yeah, so your regular orders, but now you added on an additional service. And start paying attention to the different ways you can build your business, because as we go through this little slide presentation, I really want people to look at what you can do. All right, we talked about Maggie. Maggie told us about her amazing June, which was not a highly productive because she was on a cruise for 2 weeks and then really sick. So $425 week, that gives you a lot of applause, our #1 seller for the week of July 1st, ending July 1st. So give that girl a hand. Good job, Maggie. And Maggie has, well, we're going to go on here. More awards for last month. Okay. Those of us, the 6 of us earned that necklace. Brianna, how did you like that necklace? Isn't it pretty?
It's very pretty.
I don't know if you're a jewelry girl, but I think this is a really beautiful necklace. So, and that was the last of a series they had for 12 months in a row. And when you ordered 600 wholesale in a month, then they give you a gift. Okay. So that was the last one because it was the end of the Mary Kay year. Beth and Maggie and I all accomplished that all 12 months of the year. And so the picture isn't here. I can't wait to see these earrings. Remember that those gold dangly earrings we're going to get? The 3 of us will probably get them at seminar. I don't know. Maybe they'll send them to assembly. We're going to have to jiggle our heads around with that beautiful jewelry that we're going to be earning, because all 12 months, and there's a system to a benefit to ordering 600 wholesale a month. And somehow or other, when I was a new consultant, I thought you had to do that. I mean, you didn't have to do it, but I thought it was a standard, and I expected myself to do that. So I made sure I sold enough to order that much. And back in those days, we didn't use credit cards. We used money orders. You couldn't pay cash. I mean, it was money orders you had to have to go with your wholesale order. Like times have changed. Also, another contest that ended June 30th, but both Maggie and Beth are winning $50 in cash from me. So we have to figure out what we're going to do for that. I want you to get something very special. Okay. So the company contests are really valuable. I understand this one is over, but there will be new ones coming up. So, and I just wanted to remind people, Beth Owen had over 20,000. I mean, how much was that? I think 26 or 27,000 retail and sales, and achieved Princess Court from the Go Give area. Well, the Mary Kay area it's called now. And so she's going to get to be on stage. And then Maggie and I both achieved the 40,000 retail. And I qualified for a diamond ring. Now Maggie's going to take the ring and I'm taking the cash. But anyway, so that's just what I do, because I've got a lot of the rings. Although the ring for this year, I'm literally looking at that. It is a beauty. It is a beauty. Okay, again, we finished up our 12 months of the earrings. So these will be in the mail to you. They are arriving tomorrow. I got the notice. I'm going to have these in the mail for Beth and Rhonda also, who you don't know, but Rhonda lives in the Seattle area. She's been a consultant as long as I have. And so she ordered 2 months in a row. She loves to help us finish up our big goals. But I want you to look at this, because we're continuing on with this contest. My contest is when you order at least 300 2 months in a row, you get an award. And if you keep ordering every 300 or more every single month, and then you're always going to have those 2 months in a row. So Maggie is at 62 months consistent. How many years is that? Maggie, figure it out. Beth is at 57 months of being consistent, and Rhonda did 2 months of being consistent, so she got the earrings and the dangle, okay? Now, what I'm changing, oh, wait a minute. Well, anyway, I'll get to the fact of what we're gonna be doing for this year, okay? So I want to just applaud the people. Now you've noticed the people that are consistently selling the product are getting the awards. Well, that's kind of the way it works. You know, I think we all have that figured out, whether it's a Mary Kay award or whether it's a unit award. That's the people that are doing the most. But it doesn't mean anybody's left out. Rhonda has done this all of once this year, her consistency club, but it's okay. She still gets the award. So it's really, really kind of fun. This is just a quick reminder, July 17th, if you haven't done your preferred customer program, I was telling Brianna about, and I think everybody else knows about it. The 17th is the mailing list, I'm sorry. And as far as I'm concerned, this is when we start building your customer base for holiday sales. Start now, so you're not scrambling. So the more customers you have in your enrollment for our holiday sales, the more likely you are to have higher sales. So I'm just throwing that out there. You're in touch, and I think Brianna, we talked about that. Just a reminder, I think most of you know this. We do have the 50% off deals. Brianna, I don't know if I told you about this. You don't have to participate with this. Beth Owen, would you explain about how that's working for you?
Oh, it's working great. What this is anybody, when they place their order, if they place at least 50, they get to choose any of these items off there for half off. And if they if they place an order for 100, they get to choose 2. And I have used it a lot, and people always add on.
Right. And well, and what's happening is, even though you're selling something at your cost, that you're introducing them to new products right here, for instance. Okay.
That too.
The PHA and the resurfacer. And this is, they've had a booster. There's a director that has been queen of sales that developed this, and a lot of us use this. I send this in a postcard to my customers every month. And it's taken 6 months, but most of them are figuring out, okay, spend the $50. Then so they look on here, if they see something they want, then they'll find a way to spend the $50.
Oh, and the other thing that I always do is tell them how far away they are from 50.
Absolutely. Yeah. Say you're at $40. They say, oh my gosh, for just $10, you could get a half price item. Now, I don't know about you, but I bought a lot of those hydrating masks, a lot of them. So I'm glad that this is on here, because I would love to sell 2 boxes. Okay. Or sell them at half price, or I made them give them 2 at half price because I have so many. But so become familiar with these products. Now, what's good to know? These are the same products they present on bingo. So it's all tied together because it's the same woman that kind of does the whole thing. So the bingo, I don't know if I even have it on here, but so when you're having people go to do bingo, then they're going to learn about these products and say, oh, guess what? You can get it for half price.
Oh.
I mean, there's a method to our madness here, okay? And I'm working on getting now. If you go to our Facebook group, there's a whole listing about this annual. She's an amazing woman. She just recruited 60 people last year for the 60th anniversary. She's like this amazing woman, but she has a whole strategy on how she makes a lot of money working with this system. Okay, her strategy. So it's saying if you can find that. Oh, this is the bingo. Okay, so you see, this is exactly the same products that we just looked at. Okay, so the question is, who has guests for bingo? And what if you had a bingo hostess and invited your host to say, hey, you know what? I'll give you $50 in free product if you have 5 people that do bingo with you and give me their information, which would be the follow-up survey. You just picked up 5 new customers. So yeah, I'm happy to give someone $50 in free product if they make sure they have 5 people that don't have a consultant and they're over 18. So expand your thinking here. Okay, and of course, this is Zoom, so it's anywhere in the whole United States. Very, very effective. Okay. Here is another contest that I think, this is a contest and this is a different group. It's a bunch of directors. This is not an official Mary Kay contest. It's a bunch of directors, like 200 directors that have gone together. And so every month there's a contest and you could get entries one of 3 ways. If they have a facial, well, I call that bingo. If they attend bingo, they get 1 entry. If they complete the whole thing, I mean, if they just step in, that doesn't count. But if they get in and they do the survey, they get an entry. But if they listen to business information, you get 5 more entries. And if they hold a beauty experience with 5 of their best friends, they get 10 entries. So if you have somebody that invites 5 of her friends to join you on bingo, she's going to get 10 entries plus 5 entries if you ask her to ask you 5 questions about Mary Kay. Plus, of course, she's attended, so she can get 16 entries. One of my customers won the $500 in April. And she bought a repair set from me. I thought that was brilliant. So I was excited about that. In the meantime, there also, when you enter customers in this contest, you as a consultant will be in a drawing for this a Michael Kors bag. So they have a fabulous bag every single month. So I'm going to encourage you to really work this system. Now, yeah, see, Brianna, you had your guest last week. Now that was for last month. It has to be for July. So for all our July people, see how many people you can enter into this contest. And there's I'll put it in the Facebook group, and I will get things together on boards. But so this is the entry form. So
Nancy, where do we go to see who won?
I'm sorry, what?
Where do we go to see who won the last month?
To see the one.
Who
To
won?
see who won the
Oh,
prize.
Gosh. You know what? It's a Facebook group for directors, and I don't know that there's a place to, I mean, I can find out.
Okay,
They will contact you. If there's, you have to put all your contact information in this form. So they will contact you if you want,
okay.
just to so you know. Okay, but wouldn't that be gorgeous? That'd be great. Okay, moving right along. Okay, contest for July. Okay, I just talked about the Consistency Club. So going back to something I had done before, when you do your Consistency Club 300 wholesale or more 2 months in a row, we're going to be sending you some business tools, but I'm upgrading the tools. Colleen does these for you. Colleen and I are talking about this. And we're going to, of course, recognizing you in the newsletter. But if you do an average of 800 or more wholesale 2 consecutive months, you're going to get products from me as well as business tools and newsletter recognition. Now, I'm working on some really fun business tools. They may be stickers for your packages. They may be little cards, little gift cards you can hand out for warm chatter. They may be a whole bunch of things. So I'm working on upping the gifts. So working on being consistent. This is what we talk about a lot. Be consistent. But this plan for just this month, I want to encourage you to see how much you can sell to make sure you have these levels of wholesale. There's a reason this is blurred out, because you don't know what the holiday products are yet, or the fall products. However, I will be getting some at the end of July. You'll get to see them at seminar, but you're going to get some free, if at least the lookbooks, depending on your personal wholesale production for the month of July. So find a reason to sell enough so that you need to place that order. There's a whole science and method to it, right? Are you excited?
Yes.
I know you are. Thank you. Okay, now the company contest is when you order 600 wholesale a month. Okay, now we just finished the whole contest last year, but this is the one for this year. And look at that watch. When you do 12 months, all 12 months, you're going to get this really fun I love watches. I got so many Mary Kay watches. But they have upped the ante here, and the jewelry is just delightful. Doesn't it look, I'm so excited about getting this, this jewelry, and it's very, very current. So when you order, you know what the bottom line is? Sell enough. It's kind of like if you sell enough to order 600 wholesale a month, every month, you're going to get most anything you want in Mary Kay. I've said this for many, many, many years. Sell enough to order 600. You know, and I mean, in the 80s, in the 90s, I was rewarding my consultants for selling 600, for ordering 600 a month. We used to go to this hotel and have this fabulous French breakfast. But anyway, like that was in Chicago. New award, a new award. And you guys, this stuff is so cute. It's a team building award. For every month you sponsor a new recruit, you're going to get this keychain, and you're going to get just for the month of July, it's going to be this charm to go on your keychain. I would hang it from my purse. Okay. And just have a good time. So for every month you sponsor a new team member, we've got, these are stinking cute. I'm telling you, you're going to want these. Okay. So think carefully about who you talk to. I'd love to just say, ask me 5 questions about my business. And that's exactly how Melissa got started. Brianna, your mother, got started thinking about Mary Kay. I said, just ask me 5 questions. And she said, oh, maybe I should think about this. So just saying. Okay. So looking at our year and looking at what happened. So, you know, I never lose. I either win or I learn. And this is perhaps the lessons for this year, because I'm very excited that we finished up at 537 retail for the year. We did miss our $300,000 goal. We've done that the last 4 years, so we missed it. Okay, but also the last year we had double credit twice, and last year we had double credit only once. And just the way things happen. Not everybody finishes their goal all the time. We did very well, and it actually turned out to be 13%. Our June ended up to be 13% higher than June a year ago. It just wasn't enough for the whole year. Okay, so we're starting over again, starting at 0, right? Okay, so here are some ways for you could start looking for yourself. What do you want to do? Okay, Queen's Court of Sales, that's 40,000 retail. You're like, what? Okay, all I'm suggesting is start tracking, and I'll get these out so you can print them up. But look at that ring. I'm telling you, I want that ring. I think that is just different and stunning and gorgeous. So for every $1,000 retail, that'd be 500 wholesale. Remember, we were talking 600 wholesale, but this is 500 wholesale. You can just circle in and color in a circle. When you do 40 of those, then you get the ring. It depends on how fast or how slow you do that and how much you want to work. You don't have to do this, but you can do this. Similarly, look at that ring. Oh, I just think it's stunning. Similarly, Queen's Court of Sharing is 24 recruits, great start qualified recruits. Okay. And then you get this incredible diamond bumblebee. Okay. Golden diamond bumblebee, or you can get a charm. Okay. It's a huge standard of Mary Kay, huge standard. So what if you start now working on 1 or 2 new people a month? When I did Court of Sharing, I did 2. My focus was 2 new people a month, which means I talked to about 7 or 8 a month. Okay, about joining my team, and it layers. I mean, sometimes it was 3 or 4 a month, and sometimes it was none. But in general, I was recruiting 2 a month. So it's very simple to do this business, to understand how it really works. And this is it. You sell the product, you build a team. That's what you do. Okay. Now, what about those who want to earn a car? Okay. So there's some extra qualifications, but here's a tracking sheet. They've got a brand new car. It's an SUV at the this level of consultant. So, and what you want to, and it comes with free stickers. And I'll tell you what, in Nevada, the stickers are very expensive. But it also comes with most of the insurance paid because it's a leased car. So the company's paying the lease for you. If you want more information, we can talk specifically about that. But again, it's going to be a combination of selling the product and sponsoring new team members. Sell the product, sponsor new team members. That's what Mary Kay said, pass it on. And that's what it's all about. Okay. So I just thought I would throw that in there. And finally, we all think it's going to go nice and smoothly, but we all learn sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And so we have to go up and down. But I always thought this picture was cute. The little girl dreams become a vision. Okay. So that is my slideshow. Oh, wait a minute. One more. Our new goal for this year is to more than double our production to go to $5.5 million unit club and 10 new red jackets. So we're going to do a combination of retail production and new team members. So who's with us? Who wants to go and jump in and have a good time with us for this year? I hope all of you. I hope all of you. I know we went a few minutes over, so thank you so much for being here. You guys are special. Be here every week. I really, really work to try and provide something for you that's meaningful every week. So I love you guys to pieces. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.
The answer to your question about how many months that was, that Maggie, that it's 5 years.
Oh, it was 5
months.
years of consistency.
Right.
Oh, think about that.
Yeah.
And look at Ted. She's number one in our unit. How did that happen? Love you guys. Talk to you next week or sooner if you'd like to. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I love you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.